Welcome. This is our second edition of the Tide Report, brought to you by High Tide Plumbing and Gas. We are here with Carrie Lunn, the owner of the franchise here in Nanaimo of Stor-X Closets and Organizing Systems.
You are currently in our showroom space that was very graciously given to us by Jordan's Flooring. It's just a design hub for interior designers and anybody that's a contractor that's looking to bring any of their clients in and pick some finishes, some paint samples, look at some blind options provided by Budget Blinds, and just do a cohesive sort of decision-making meeting surrounding your renovation project.
I love right off the hop that there are two other businesses right away that you're like Jordan's and Budget Blinds, where you're able to just work together and they see the value that you can bring with your product clearly by giving you the space. And having Budget Blinds, these are all things that work really well together.
Well, even where we're sitting. So these are off the showroom floor. So
I know. There's a tag. I got a tag. Look at this.
I got one too.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting here and you're like, oh my gosh, my butt feels great in this chair. I could sit here all day. You actually could from the comfort of your own home.
It does have good butt feel.
It's nice because you don't even have to fake it. All these things go together so easily, and for customers to not have to drive to 4 different locations to figure out their flooring, their furniture, their closets, cabinetry, and blinds, or that's 5 things.
Yeah. How did you get into this industry? What drew you to cabinetry?
Oh, necessity. So I actually worked for this company.
That's a good raw answer. I love that.
Well, it kind of was. And a shot of nepotism. So the owner is actually friends with my birth mom.
Okay.
Fun fact. And so when I moved here at 20, I was looking at getting into school to become a nurse. And as we all know, living on your own in Vancouver and paying tuition and, doing preceptorships that don't pay is kind of a good way to go broke. So I actually worked for Stor-X not only in their office, but in their factory. So I actually worked at manufacturing the actual product. And then while I went to school in nursing, I did that. I worked night shifts there. I worked day shifts depending on what was happening with my nursing.
You'd been to Nanaimo, ever lived here previous to that?
I fell in love with a guy on a plane while I was nursing north, and he was from Nanaimo.
You fell in love with a guy on the plane?
Yeah.
Was it next seat over,
I was in the window seat. He was in the aisle, and I was flying with my dog on WestJet. And when you fly with a pet, they actually, when they're boarding the pets in cargo, they come and they give you a slip and they say, so-and-so's on board. So the stewardess came over and she leaned across my now husband and said, just so you know, Carrie, Spartan's on board and he's doing well. And my now husband said, who the hell is Spartan? And I was like, oh, it's my dog.
Leonidas.
Pretty much.
Leonidas. Yeah, careful.
Yeah, so then I was stuck with him for an hour and a half, and I was unshowered, and I was overtired because I just come off a night shift, and he just kept talking.
Oh.
And I had my earphones in, I had my cozy clothes on, and I was not.
You were putting up
prepared.
Serious shut up vibes, I don't want to talk to you, and then you married him?
I did.
Well, good for him. I feel like we need to get him in here and interview him. He could give some good advice. Clearly.
You'd be here a lot longer.
A lot longer?
Yeah, okay. The man talked for an hour.
What's the best part about what you do? Where's the this is the magic, the sweet spot, the magic. Not so much what's your favorite, what's your best client? I mean, we can get to that, but really what do you like kind of helping people with the most?
I think my favorite part is walking in with a fresh set of eyes to a problem that a homeowner has had for years. So they've had the same issue with a certain space, whether it's their kids just come home from school and they dump their backpacks and their shoes and their coats right at the entryway.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that's deep. I get it. Yeah.
And then they look at that space and they're like, I just don't know what to do. I'm lost. And they'll say, oh, I've gone on IKEA and that wouldn't really work or won't fit there. And I'm like, well, that's where I come in. Because, after having not only just worked in the factory, but done a lot of design, I can see a space and I know exactly how to maximize it for its best capacity. Okay. And the homeowners are often like, I didn't even think of doing that. And I'm like, well, this is what I do day in, day out, probably 6-7 times a day. So cool. It's my favorite thing. I love problem solving.
So in terms of problem solving and maximizing space, would you say that there's a minimum, maximum? I mean, obviously every maximum is like ideal. The more
Of
product you can
course.
sell as any
Yeah.
business, that's ideal.
Yeah.
But if someone out there is looking and going like, I just have this tiny, like for us, for instance, at our home, we've got this little tiny, probably 10 square feet, let's say. I think I put 10 tiles that are in there. So
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah.
Is that something where you can come in and make that space really usable?
So perfect example is earlier in January, I got a call from a woman in Parksville, and she had bought into like a 55 plus retirement community, and storage was really an undersight when it came to the building of the space. And so her washer dryer was shoved into a closet, like right in the center. And there was about a foot on one side and about 2 feet on the other. And she had tried using like the plastic racking you get from like Canadian Tire or wherever, and just trying to shove stuff in there. But she's getting older and it's hard to get around the corner of the door in between the washer dryer. And she goes, I know it's small, but what can you do? And I said, well, you've got a lot of real estate on this side. Why don't we push everything over, increase just one side just for storage? And instead of having something that's just along one wall, let's do like open corner shelving. So immediately, just by doing an L shape, you almost doubled her storage.
Nice.
And you actually gave her proper access to use that space. And
Cool.
she was, it made such a huge difference.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, it was only like a $600 job, which some people would scoff at. But, you know, I think it's the small jobs that people kind of test you on, and often they lead to bigger things, right?
Absolutely. I mean, in our business, it's similar. Like you get in the door and you create that relationship really quick with the small numbers, and build that trust and show that, you know, we can be there for you if it's $150 bill or a $300 bill. And then when they or a friend is looking for, just by that interaction and that customer service experience,
correct,
the referrals from there can be worth an unknowable amount. Really, at the end of the day, you can't really quantify that, right?
You can't. But I was like, even to go further than that, though, sometimes it's the jobs you don't sell anything that you get work out of, right? Yes. Sometimes somebody calls you and they think that you're the right person. It's like, nope, I'm not. And this is what I think you should do. And they have to call somebody else. But just because of your honesty and the fact that you weren't just there to make a buck, people appreciate that. Yep. Especially like small town islanders. Like,
I love that. I love that. We do that as well. That is like so key. Being like, you know, I could make this, I could try to really make this sale, but honestly, at the end of the day, this is what you need. It's like really customer focused. Yeah. And it's a weird thing because in business environment and sales, you're driven to make as much money as you can to keep your business healthy, keep your employees going, all that. Correct. But I think that it's further sighted to look down the road and say, how can I build a trust? Correct. How can we build a trust before necessarily we make any money? So I love that.
But one thing I was going to touch on that you probably also have to have a conversation with your clients regarding is wants versus needs.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Because I know for certain that when it comes to plumbing, I have no idea what things cost. So in my head, I might be like, I want this, this, and this. But then your budget's like, no, you can't have all that. And often we're the ones that have to be the buffer. And it's like, let's start with the needs and then we can scale up to the wants, or vice versa. Sometimes people want to know what everything costs and then they can scale back. And that's often a lot of what I do, because they'll show me something on bloody Pinterest and they're like, I want this. And I'm like, do you know how much money that is? Mm-hmm. And they'll say they did it for like $1,500, but won't tell you that it was 200 hours of labor. So
mm-hmm.
It's always a fun thing.
That's 100%. Like that I think you hit it like such a good spot there, because people don't know what things cost. Correct. They don't. And in some ways, you know, like you could even have the perception of like custom cabinetry where you're like, I'm not even going to bother calling Carrie because like I can't afford that. There's absolutely no way. But I think that, I mean, in seeing your products and seeing some of the pricing, it actually seems relatively reasonable and competitive when you bring in that custom and install factor. Correct. And the control that you have, because I believe you had mentioned in previous conversations we had about the fact that you control the product right from beginning. Yeah. So talk about that. That's called vertical integration for you, those of you who didn't go to business school. I mean, I didn't either, but tell us a little bit about how Stor-X has kind of vertically integrated themselves to control beginning to end.
Well, it's kind of an interesting story, because the actual franchisor, he started the company out of the back room of his dad's cabinet shop.
Favorite
So when the
stories.
dad retired, the three brothers kind of inherited the business, and it became very apparent to my dad that he wasn't going to be able to work for his brother. So he was like, I think I'm just going to do closets.
Yep.
So his brother gave him like a section of the shop to work out of, and
Cool.
like just doing closets by hand in that one corner turned into, we can't do it here anymore. We're gonna have to purchase a warehouse. So then he went and purchased the warehouse, and he was doing all of his own sales. He was building every piece. And then over the course of 30 years, that turned into him having the factory and then deciding, let's hire more salespeople. And then salespeople became franchisees and dealers down in the States. And now it's just scaled to this thing where they not only control what the product is, where they get it from, how they manufacture it, but also who's selling it. So a big thing that's kind of come into play probably since 2012 is hiring people and having people in your business that kind of align with your core values, because we're not out there to make a quick buck. We're not out there to, try to pull the wool over people's eyes. Like we strongly believe in making your home work for you.
Yeah.
Homes are expensive. Square footage is at a premium. So if you have space in your home you're paying for and it's not serving you, that's a problem.
Yep.
And especially as houses are getting smaller, like storage needs to be a main focus.
Yeah.
So it's just been one of those things where it's, if we have a good product and we can make your home work for you, we're never going to be out of work. Right?
Yeah.
It's just it's an easy thing.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. People that are looking for your product, is there any way that they can find you? What's the best way to get in touch with you to get information, get some quotes, get you to come out and do, I'm assuming you come out and do like a measure and
we do
a home consult.
We do.
And is that complimentary, or do you charge for a home consult?
It's entirely complimentary. So if you don't end up going with me, you don't owe me any money. And a lot of people ask me that question. They're like, if you come out and you do a design, like, what does that cost me? And I'm like, it costs you nothing. It costs me my time and you absolutely nothing. So I would highly recommend that if you're in the market for any sort of custom storage, whether it's a closet or even a kitchen, we've got our Instagram, which is Stor-X Nanaimo, or even store-x.com is our website. And you can just take a look at all the different ideas we have for any space in your home or even commercial properties. And my number is easily on there. You can just message me on any of those platforms.
Check out Stor-X Nanaimo.
Correct.
On Instagram.
And Stor-X Nanaimo on Facebook.
And Stor-X Nanaimo on Facebook. And then also, if you're seeing this on YouTube with all of our amazing viewers, you can find her on YouTube now as well. We'll put a link to Carrie's website. Is that cool?
Sure, yeah.
We'll put a link to her website in the bio of this video. And then if you are just curious about what kind of pricing Carrie can offer you, what kind of options, I mean, the options sound endless. Honestly, I mean,
they're your options.
They're your options. Like they can design it, build it. They're all good to go. So, well, thank you for meeting with me, and I hope you enjoyed your caramel macchiato. This is not brought to you by the Mermaid Coffee Company, or Siren, I should say. We won't say it. If you want to be said, you just give me a call and you can sponsor us.
Exactly. For all your
sponsorships are now available for all 50 viewers. Because I'm going to go and watch this video at least 25 times.
Oh, Jesus. Are you the one viewer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
That's adorable.
I'm very cute.
That's subjective.
That's what my mom says. Anyway, yeah. So thank you for meeting with us. And looking forward to, we're going to go and do a little tour of the little space here and look at some different things that you've got going on and some options. I see there's some cool things. So we'll go and walk around and do that now.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about, I mean, these look fairly straightforward. I think this shelf here, I mean, this looks pretty normal. But maybe just give us like a little bit of a rundown. Take us through the line of cabinetry here that you've got some cool features.
Yeah, so this particular closet is probably not something I would sell to a customer. It's mostly to show some of our doodads that we could incorporate into a closet design. This is probably overkill for anybody that's an average person.
Mm-hmm.
But for instance, we just got things like pant racks. There's a lot of professionals that don't like having their pants like on a regular hanger, so they'll invest in something like a pant rack so that it keeps their clothing from getting pleated. Ooh,
comes off.
Now put it back on. Oh, look at you. See, it's Jordan friendly.
It's Jordan friendly.
That's a good sign.
Hey, I went to trade school for 4 years. I think I can handle What is that called again? Clothes hanger? Oh my
Cat
god.
hanger.
Oh
And
boy.
then this is actually like a shoe rack. So I actually don't have any shoes on it. But normally you would put a pair of, oh, there you
Sorry
go.
about the smell, guys.
There you go.
Is that go that way?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There you go.
You have to have
Obviously,
not boots.
you would not have
Yeah, I think
boots
this is
that size, but we could also accommodate boots that size if we knew ahead of time
Ooh,
for
they
the
can move this
height.
up.
We can move it down, move it up, whatever you want.
Okay.
And we also have little add-ons for these for flip-flops, because how else would you get a flip-flop on there?
flip-flops.
Flip-flops.
I think that this is something we should put in our closet at home because I have lots of flip-flops.
You're probably just redoing your entire closet.
Yeah,
in general,
probably.
Yeah. And like these are just a variety of different drawers. So like this is a drawer with a birch box, undermount slides. These ones are just full extension slides. So like we just have different options as far as hardware goes. And like a little section just to showcase some of the lighting we can do. We can do integrated LED, either vertical or horizontal in the shelving as well. So if you've got a nice display area that you're looking to showcase mama's china, you could definitely do that.
Yes, because all of us millennials are about to get smacked with generations of fine china that we're like super excited about.
Mine will be martini glasses because that's how you survive being a millennial.
Alcohol.
And these are just like some options for different shoe shelving. So we can do like a integrated kick, or we can do a nice little metal kick for you to kind of match the hardware happening in the closet. And then a couple more like more accessories. So this would be like a lingerie. So for like bras, socks, underwear. It's not unlike something you'd see in like Victoria's Secret to keep everything organized. And then we've also got hampers with his and her bags, and they're removable. So if you wanted to just take your laundry to the laundry room, you easily could do that. And these are fully washable as well. So you don't have to worry about Jordan's gross clothing getting nasty at work. You can just dump it right in there and you can wash the bag with the laundry.
I love the little bit of shade. It's very friendly.
You're
It's true.
you're
It's
too
true.
Yeah.
We're gross. Well, that's really cool. And then, yeah, like, I mean, it's basically cabinets or boxes. So it's sort of lots of different options that.
Correct. And like obviously for here, we've given ourselves adjustability with the shelving, but some people, if they already know what the shelving is going to be used for, we don't actually have to have the adjustable shelf pins, which not all competition does. Some of it requires it to have the shelving pins in there because of how they buy their board. Ours does not. So this is mostly for accessibility.
So what you're saying is when you do a custom job for somebody, all of these little holes would be unnecessary because you've designed the space to make it work so that it's like the pins that are used, that's it.
Correct. So like, for instance, if we were doing like a commercial space that was not unlike Jordan's and we knew what sort of pottery was going to be on the shelving, we could easily just do flat surfaces without the holes. Just kind of elevates the look.
Yeah.
This is more so for like adjustability, and if you're looking for resale in your home, it's probably best to have adjustable shelving for the next person that comes in, because then they can repurpose that shelving for whatever they need it for, right?
Great. So. And would you say, I mean, standard wise at this point in time, it seems like quiet close is standard. Is that a standard with you?
I don't do anything but. Because
good answer.
Even if I've asked customers, do you want to spend money on soft close? They'll be like, no, it's fine. And then we go and we do the install and they're like, they're not soft close. And I'll be like, well, we had this conversation, but I will put it back in for you. No worries.
Awesome.
So I strongly suggest any space, especially with drawers. Like you don't want anything slamming. Because
you got to protect your shades.
You really do.
You know, that's okay. They're not Ray-Bans or nothing. Also, Ray-Bans, hit me up.
No, Gooder's way better.
What's that?
You can trash these things. You can like step on them.
What are these?
Throw them around. Gooder. They're like a running athletic sunglass.
Gooder?
Gooder.
I used to get in so much trouble from my English teacher for saying gooder.
And now you could have turned it into a job opportunity.
It's okay, she's dead now, so it's fine.
Oh, sounds like you got your retribution.
Yeah, basically.
Probably have to edit that
It's
out.
okay. No, I'll put that in. We got some cool blinds here. Throw a quick budget blinds plug in there for
Michelle.
Michelle.
Yeah, they've got like some nice different options here. We also have, wait for it. We also have for high spaces.
Look up, look way up.
Look way up.
Oh my God. Is there a window up there? Oh! I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I love that we have I love that there's a blind up there and you just use a remote control to do it. But I'm like, what was that window for?
Right. I'm not sure.
It feels like a little like.
I think it was like an oversight on the actual
The
design
plans
of
were
the
like-
building. Somebody just had money and they wanted to spend it.
They're like, here, let's put a window there. It'll be a great view of the ceiling.
Pretty much.
I'm such a jerk. Okay, so yeah, here we go. We got some more. These look, am I wrong? But these look a little more like kitchen-y.
They are. So these are an example of our floating shelves. So we can do these in a variety of colors. They are rated, no matter the span, for 150 pounds. So they are a commercial grade floating shelf.
Okay.
So they're thicker than normal. They're actually mounted from the inside. So this piece comes apart, and on the inside it's got a plywood core that we actually screw into the stud, and then this just gets pinned over top to kind of give it that seamless look, so you're not seeing any brackets. And we can do them up to 8 feet.
Cool.
So any size up to 8 feet. After
love that.
we have to start joining them together, which is
Plywood, so not sawdust with glue in it.
correct.
Cool.
Solid
wood.
We say they're rated for 150 pounds, but one of our forums one year, we had a bet on how much weight these things could hold.
And?
So we put our fattest guy on it, who weighed 237 pounds, plus 60-pound weights. So it started to sag at that point. So at about 307 pounds, it started to kind of give a bit.
I won't out myself on weight, but that could hold me. And
You
I'm
wanna
a
try?
solid fella.
I feel like that'd be hilarious.
Should I climb up there?
I feel like, maybe not.
What is it anchored to is my
The
question.
stud.
And there's probably
So,
just metal studs in
I
this
think
building.
this is probably steel stud. looking
Steel
at
stud.
it.
We're not
It
going
might
to do
be.
that. I don't think anybody's insurance is prepared for that.
I mean, you can jump on this bad boy though.
That's okay. That's okay. I'll keep my feet firmly planted on the
I
ground.
was actually hoping, I put drawers and everything, but I was like, it'd be really funny to just be in one of the cabinets.
Ah, man.
Like, if I
we
could
brought
fit
our
in here.
4-year-old, we could have fit him in there.
Probably. Oh, see, I'm not done my work yet. I still got to put the hinge on it.
Okay.
But anyways,
This is cool. Hey, I have a question. With this thing here like this obviously is supposed to be...
it's going to be a appliance garage door. So
Okay.
this is the wrong mechanism for it. It's
Okay.
actually going to be the ones that operate on a hinge that come forward and then go up and then comes back down.
Okay.
So like basically this whole thing would come forward, go up, and like stay right there,
Oh, so it won't
and then
pivot
come
here.
back down. It won't pivot here.
Okay, so that, I was
It'll
like...
be on arms that kind of reach up like that and then go
Alright.
down. So that would be something we can
That's cool.
showcase on the next one that we go to.
Just standard. I mean, at the end of the day, your glasses don't need anything super fancy.
They don't.
Inside.
I mean, we can
Box.
do plywood interior. Most people though, they're watching their budget, so they don't want to
Yeah.
pay for the extra plywood. But as
Is
you
that
can
what
see,
this is too? Like everything is not. Is it any of it MDF?
so some of our colors only come in MDF.
Okay.
But most of them are a 3D laminate. So
Okay.
they're actually like a particle board core. And then our doors with profiles, they go through a different process than our slab doors, which I don't think I have any of our slab doors in here right now. But it's just like a different process of adhering the actual finish to the door.
Okay.
But they all come with a lifetime warranty. So
Oh, that's important.
it's
Okay.
very important. So like,
And what does lifetime warranty mean?
It
Because I
means-
mean that can mean like in my industry that can mean like if I have a water heater that's a lifetime warranty, that can't be passed down to the next homeowner.
so ours is not dissimilar in the sense that technically it can't be passed on to the new homeowner, but I've never had an issue going in and meeting with somebody who's recently bought a house and has our product, because it's another opportunity to kind of let them know who you are and what
Yeah.
you do. And I mean, especially if it's something newer and somebody wants to add on because the last people didn't have kids and now the clothing rod's too high. Well, we can easily adjust that for them and it doesn't cost them anything. So we kind of view that as an opportunity to meet new people and just kind of let them know what we do and what we can do for them.
That's
So,
cool.
yeah.
Again, I think that that's really cool, like very forward thinking, being like having somebody that isn't the warranty certificate holder.
Yeah.
And looking at that opportunity to not only, I mean, help somebody, but
Mhm.
as an opportunity to make a new connection, make a new, going forward. But is there anything
We
else that you can point out about this or?
Well, probably like one of the things that we get calls for all the time is, especially with the aging population, is all of their kitchen cabinets are just doors on the bottom. So there's something like this. And they're deep and they're awkward to get at. So you have these old people that are like trying to
Yep.
get down and into the cabinet. And the best thing we can do for that is to give them something called a retrofit drawer.
Okay.
So that's where we would come and measure the cabinet and actually give you drawers that then bring the product forward. So you're
Yeah.
not having to bend over and get at it for them.
All right.
And again, we can do that in a variety of different styles, whether it's full extension in a white box or like the full 9 yards with like a nice birch and undermount.
Okay.
And those are usually about $350 per drawer. which is significantly cheaper than the competition. I think Shelf Genie's up to like $5.50 per drawer right now. And ours is customized
Save
by
40%.
size. Right?
Nah, 35. I'm not so
And
good at
support
math.
local.
And support local.
So yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's yeah, I love it. I love the product. Looks great, and I love, honestly, my probably the biggest takeaway is just your ability to, one, like your personality working with you, and I know I've worked with you, and the ability to like look forward and see that there's opportunities that aren't necessarily a traditional way of doing things.
Correct.
Honestly. So
Yeah.
that and the product itself, being able to customize it, that's really cool. So yeah, again, if you are in the market for storage, kitchen, cabinets, and honestly, if you think you just have a crazy cool idea, hit Carrie up, because I have a feeling that she can probably make it work. So
We'll try our best.
thanks for meeting with me, Carrie.
No problem, Jordan.